So what do we do about population? How will we control our desires to have children?
How do we change the idea that population control is for other people, usually the poor?
And it's now come way, way down. Now, 11 billion people, still a lot, but the good news is that the faster we improve health, the faster family size goes down, and so we can feel great about saving those lives.
There's something about the way the extremely complex system that we live in takes care of itself. So, you know, one of the things that we need to consider is that even though our population growth is out of control, whatever control means, it will be regulated one way or the other. And we've seen hints of that with our pandemics and natural disasters and all sorts of things. Or we can think about how we approach, which is the point, I guess, here of how we deal with population growth. But it can't be in this linear, mechanistic way. We have to tell. It didn't work. China tried. That didn't work too well. Limit everybody to one baby. But maybe there's a more organic way to do this. To plant some seeds, and not that we can cultivate and expect the seeds to grow in the way we think, but it has to be something that's connected to people's emotions and values and aesthetics and beliefs and just the way we think.
Good.
And how do we bring you know, systems thinking and encourage systems thinking in a natural way with children, rather than you know, a lot of approaches that where systems thinking is taught, it's becomes then a mechanistic, linear, conscious purpose endeavor, which
we cannot hide away from human population growth, because you know, it underlies so many of the other problems. All these things we talk about wouldn't be a problem if there was the size of population that there was 500 years ago.
We've got to stabilize the population. When I was born, there were
what's wrong with the population? I mean,
with too many people. That's why we have global warming. We have global warming because too many people are using too much stuff. But if there were less people, they'd be using less stuff.
You know,
we are so far above the population and the consumption levels which can be supported by this planet that I know in one way or another it's going to come back down. So I don't hope to avoid that. I hope that it can occur in a civil way, and I mean civil in a special way. Peaceful. Peace doesn't mean that everybody's happy, but it means that conflict isn't solved through violence, through force, but rather in other ways. And so that's what I hope for.
The very innovations that are making possible dramatic improvements in human well-being are also creating new problems which raise the specter of an alarming and possibly catastrophic disaster to the biosphere we live in. The result of these positive measures is a world population that has risen during the same short period of time geometrically to almost 6 billion people, and could easily exceed 8 billion by the year 2020. The negative impact of population growth on all of our planetary ecosystems is becoming appallingly evident. Unless nations will agree to work together to tackle these cross-border challenges posed by population growth, overconsumption of resources, and environmental degradation, the prospects for a decent life on our planet will be threatened.